A very good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to discuss organizing the school's fundraiser with the goal to raise funds to provide free tuition for children from low-income families. We have with us today an awesome panel made up of the Selangor State Department Head, our school principal, our dedicated teacher, and a community leader of our district. To make this fundraiser a success, each of us has a vital role to play. Let us start with a brief introduction of the panelists. Mr. Chan Boon Sing, could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your background and your key initiatives to improve education in Selangor?
Greetings, I'm Chan, the head of Selangor State Education Department. I'm deeply privileged to oversee educational initiatives and policies that impact thousands of students and teachers across Selangor. As part of this distinguished panel, I'm eager to discuss the essential steps required to organize a successful school fundraising event that will profoundly benefit our community. This event aims to support children from lower income households by providing them with free tuition. Our overreaching goal is to promote inclusive education and equity, ensuring that through proper resource allocation, disadvantaged students are given the opportunity to succeed and thrive in the education system.
Thank you, Mr. Chan Boon Sing, for your insightful introduction and for emphasizing the importance of promoting inclusive education and equal opportunities through effective resource allocation. Now, on our panel too is Ms. Lok Yi. Ms. Lok Yi, would you introduce yourself and briefly outline your role in this fundraiser?
Thank you, Ms. Yvonne. So I'm Lok Yi, the principal of a government primary school. So my role in this event is to oversee the event planning and ensure that our school's needs are met while also aligning with our vision and mission to support every student's education. So I look forward to everyone's valuable insight in this forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lok Yi, for ensuring the event stays on track during this critical planning stage. Now, next on the panel is Ms. Joyce. Now, Ms. Joyce, please share with us what you do and your role in the fundraiser.
Thank you, Ms. Yvonne. I'm Joyce, a teacher from a government primary school. It is my honor to be with all your panel's members today to discuss how we can organize a school fundraising event successfully. So allow me to share my role in this fundraiser is to mobilize the community support, organizing the event and ensuring that the funds collected are used effectively to enhance the educational opportunities for the students. So I'm looking forward to listening to everyone sharing today. Thank you.
Ms. Joyce, thank you for sharing your perspectives with us and for your commitment in this event. Your effort in ensuring the effective use of funds to improve educational opportunities for these students is appreciated. Thank you for joining this discussion, and I look forward to hearing more from you today. Next, I would like to introduce our next panelist, Mr. Brian Ng, to provide insights to his role in this initiative.
Thank you, Yvonne. My name is Brian Ng, and I am honored to serve as your community leader representative. I have been actively involved in our community for 5 years, working on various initiatives aimed at improving the lives of our residents. Today, I'm excited to collaborate with all of you to organize a school fundraising event that will support free tuition for children from lower income backgrounds. Together, we can make a significant impact on these children's future by ensuring they have access to quality education. I look forward to working with each of you and hearing your ideas and suggestions. Let's make this event a huge success.
Thank you, everyone, for introducing yourself. And without further ado, let me delve into the topics for today. We'll start with the planning steps. Ms. Lok Yi, could you outline the initial steps we need to take to organize the school fundraising event?
All right, sure. Thank you, Ms. Yvonne, for the question. So the first step is to establish a planning committee. So this committee should include representatives from school administration, teachers, parents, and students. I think that having a diverse group ensures that all perspectives and needs are considered, which helps to foster a sense of community and shared purpose. So within this committee, we should assign specific roles to each member. For example, someone can handle logistics, another can manage communications, and another person can focus on fundraising activities. So clear roles will ensure that planning process is smooth and ensure accountability. Next, we need to determine the date, time, and location of the event. So it's crucial to choose a date that does not conflict with other major community events that are happening in our community. So for the time, we should consider what is convenient for families. So likely a weekend afternoon or early evening. This allows for maximum participation from parents and community members who may work during the weekdays. So regarding the location, we should choose a central, accessible place such as the school ground, a community center, or a local park. It is important to ensure that the event has enough facilities and space to accommodate the expected numbers of attendees.
Well, here are some great points from Ms. Lok Yi, and thank you for outlining the initial steps so clearly. Having a planning committee with members from a diverse background is crucial to ensure all voices are heard for equality and inclusivity. Now, ensuring a specific roles are delegated helps to structure the planning process and improve responsibility. Choosing a good venue, setting a suitable time and date are important aspects to maximize participation. Now, your thoughts on considering the convenience of families and ensuring accessibility are deeply appreciated. Now, I would like to ask Ms. Joyce, as a school teacher, how would you ensure the school fundraising event is able to run successfully? How can we promote this event effectively? Ms. Joyce, could you share your thoughts with us?
Certainly, thank you, Ms. Yvonne, for the question. So, in order to ensure the success of organizing a school fundraising event, as a point of view from a teacher, I will focus on achieving the goals and objectives, executing the budgetings and resource planning, and recruiting these volunteer teachers when it comes to academic matters such as providing free tuitions for the students from lower income families. So I think it is important for the fellow teachers, students, and community members to first come together to discuss the purpose and targets of the event. So based on my school, we will have regular meetings to explain the event's objectives, financial goals, and how the budgets are allocated. So this direct communication allows, for instance, questions and feedback that can ensure everyone is on the same page. So teachers will also collaborate with each other to ensure that we can achieve the goals and objectives of the fundraising event. So for example, we will clearly outline what the event aims to achieve, such as the total amount of fund to be raised and the specific uses of these funds. So next, we will ensure that the funds and resources are used efficiently to maximize the impact of our event. So we will also create a budget that focuses on essential expenses and regularly review it to avoid overspending. So having this optimized resource management, we are able to ensure that the maximum amount of funds goes towards the cause, which the monies we spend on our resources must be benefiting our students and also overcome the problems that are faced by our students. So lastly, as a teacher, we also recruit and train volunteers. So as we are the ones that understand our students' needs and problems, so we want to provide support and help them with it. So what we usually do, we will assemble a teams of volunteers to help with the various aspects of the event. For example, when it comes to academic matters, such as providing free tuitions for students with lower income families, we will recruit volunteer teachers to help in the event. We will provide clear instructions and trainings to ensure these volunteers are prepared and motivated. So these existing teachers in the school will share about the needs of the students with the volunteer teachers to ensure that the event runs smoothly and enhance the participant experience. So that's all from me for now. Thank you.
Well, excellent points. And thank you, Ms. Joyce, for sharing your thorough methods to organize a successful fundraiser. You have emphasized on clear communication, proper budgeting, and the important roles of teachers and volunteers. Now, making sure everyone is on the same page with common goals are key components to achieving the goals of this event. You have also mentioned training volunteers, which highlights the importance of community involvement to drive this project to its success. Now, let's discuss the purpose and goals of the event. Ms. Lok Yi, could you elaborate on the primary aim of this fundraiser? How could we involve the wider community to raise funds and what it aims to foster as sub-aims?
Certainly. So the primary goal for this fundraising event is to support free tuition for children from lower income backgrounds. So this aligns with our school vision and mission to provide equal educational opportunities for all students, regardless of their financial status. So we aim to raise enough funds to cover tuition costs for a number of students coming from lower income backgrounds. So this will directly impact students' ability to access quality education and achieve their academic potential. We also want to engage the community and create awareness about the importance of supporting education for all. So by bringing everybody together, we can foster a collective spirit of giving and support for our cause. So when the community is involved, it helps to build a sense of shared responsibility and pride in supporting students in our community. So additionally, this event should help foster a sense of collaboration within our school and the wider community. So by working together for a common cause, we can strengthen our community bonds and reinforce shared values. I believe that this collective effort will not only provide direct benefits to the students, but also promote a supportive and engaged community.
Thank you, Ms. Lok Yi, for sharing about the effective ways to raise the funds. As we already know by now, we are raising funds to provide free tuition to low-income students. So back to Ms. Joyce. As a teacher, can you elaborate on how you plan to ensure transparency and accountability in the use of the funds collected for providing free tuition to low-income students?
Sure, Ms. Yvonne. So to ensure there's transparencies and accountabilities in the use of funds collected for providing free tuitions to lower income students, it's important for maintaining trust and integrities. So like I mentioned before this, we will create a detailed budget plan to outline the expected expenses and allocations, including educational materials, administrative costs, and contingency funds. So by providing the comprehensive budget plan, helps stakeholders to understand the financial needs and allocation clearly. So we also provide regular financial reports that summarize the incomes, expenses, and the remaining balance of the funds. So my school usually shares these reports with donors and volunteers, school administrations, and other stakeholders through meetings or online portals. So as teachers, from time to time, we will also report our financial usage to the principals in order to reassure us that we use the funds for proper usage.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Joyce. Thank you for sharing with us your insights on how you ensure transparency and accountability in the use of funds collected. Now, as a teacher, can you tell me how you monitor the outcomes and impact assessments to ensure the event is achieving its goals?
Yes, we do. So we track this academic progress and overall impact of the free tuitions programs on the students. So we will monitor from time to time whether this program is running effectively or not. We use assessments, surveys, and this feedback from students and parents to evaluate the effectiveness of the program. So our outcome of monitoring this not only to provide support to the students and improve their academic performance, we also want to ensure that the funds are achieving their intended purpose and provide evidence of success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Joyce. It is crystal clear that effective recruitment, budgeting, and communication are key factors to a successful event. Now, I would like to move on to Mr. Chan, our State Department Head, on strategies to employ so as to gauge government support and the wider community to support a successful school-run fundraising event for free tuition for underprivileged students. Mr. Chan, from your expertise and experience, how can we leverage higher level stakeholders and government bodies in this fundraiser?
Thank you, Yvonne, for the questions. As the State Department head, I believe there are several unique strategies we can employ to ensure the success of a school fundraising event aimed at supporting free tuition for underprivileged students. Firstly, we should leverage our position to engage with higher level stakeholders and government bodies by securing endorsements from local government officials and educational authorities. We can add significant credibility to our event. This endorsement can help in attracting larger sponsors and grant opportunities that smaller community-based events might not access. Secondly, implementing a structured volunteer program to help with the free tuition fundraising program can make a huge difference. We can reach out to local universities and colleges to involve students who need to complete community service hours as part of their curriculum. This provides us with a dedicated workforce while offering students valuable experience and a sense of contribution to their community. Furthermore, incorporating technology to enhance our fundraising efforts can be highly effective. Setting up an online donation platform with a transparent tracking system allows potential donors to see the progress in real time. We can also use crowdfunding websites and social media campaigns to reach a broader audience beyond our immediate community. Virtual events such as online auctions or live-streamed performances can also engage donors who are unable to attend in person. Another strategy is to create a mentorship program involving school alumni who can share their stories and support the cause by giving free tuition to underprivileged students. Alumni who have benefited from similar initiatives in the past can become powerful forces and even help raise funds by tapping into their professional networks. Finally, organizing a post-event report and thank you event is crucial. This helps in maintaining transparency and showing accountability for the funds raised. Publicly acknowledging the contribution of donors and volunteers and showcasing the impact of their contribution through success stories and testimonials can build trust and encourage future support. By implementing these strategies, we can ensure our fundraising event is not only successful, but also sustainable, continuously supporting underprivileged students in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chan. Your insights on an all-rounded strategic approach certainly helps to engage higher-level stakeholders, leverages on technology, and sets up training programs to ensure success and sustainability in this fundraiser. Now, focus on transparency and involvement of the wider community is crucial to build trust and accountability in the long term. These are great points from Mr. Chan again. We all know that every initiative taken by a school should always align with our school's vision and mission too. Now, Ms. Lok Yi, as the principal, you would be the best person to ask. Could you provide more insights into this?
Of course. So our school vision and mission focus on providing a nurturing and inclusive educational environment where every children has the opportunity to succeed. So by organizing this fundraising event, we are taking a tangible steps towards fulfilling this vision. So we are not only raising funds, but also raising awareness about the challenges faced by students from lower income families. I strongly believe that this event will highlight our commitment to educational equity and also reinforce the values we stand for as a school community. It is an opportunity to demonstrate our dedication to creating a supportive and inclusive environment for all students.
Thank you, Ms. Lok Yi. Your insights are certainly strategic and all-inclusive. And Ms. Joyce, as you're working in the same school as Ms. Lok Yi and deeply involved in this fundraiser, could you expand on specific challenges the school faces while organizing this event?
Sure, Miss Yvonne. So, like what my principal just shared, we wanted the fundraising event to run smoothly, but we also face different challenges. So, I'm going to highlight a few challenges. So, first, it's the limited funds to support the event in the long run. We have to work within a limited budget and resources in order to provide the necessary materials for the students. So next, another challenge will be the attendance. So as it is a free tuitions given to the lower income students after schools, and sometimes the attendance may be unsatisfactory. It can be due to different reasons from the students, and some find it is unable to catch up. So the diverse needs of all students can be another challenging points for teachers to prepare the lessons. So lastly, I will say dealing with this unforeseen circumstances at fundraising event can be also challenging. There can be various unforeseen circumstances such as weather-related issues, which can reduce the attendance and disrupt planned activities, technical issues that hinder the events to run smoothly, volunteers no-shows or not well prepared and unexpected low attendance.
Wow, that's a lot. And thank you for listing out the challenges, Ms. Joyce. And back to Ms. Lok Yi. As a principal, could you share your thoughts on the potential challenges that were addressed by Ms. Joyce and how you plan to address them?
Certainly. So I agree with the challenges as addressed by Ms. Joyce just now. So one of the main challenges could be securing enough funds to meet our goals, as Ms. Joyce mentioned. So to address this challenge, we need to have a robust fundraising strategy that includes various activities such as bake sales, competitions, and performances. So we should also reach out to local businesses and organizations for any sponsorships and donations. Building partnership with local businesses can provide additional resources and enhance community support. So another challenge might be ensuring high attendance. So we can overcome this by promoting the event through various channels such as social media, local newspapers, and community bulletin boards. So apart from that, we can also engage with local influencers and community leaders to spread the word. This could be very effective. Another strategy we can use is promoting the event in our school newsletters and parents-teacher meeting to inform and encourage participation. Finally, we need to be prepared for any unforeseen issues on the event day, such as bad weather or technical problems. So having contingency plans in place is very crucial. It will help us to manage this situation smoothly. So for example, we could arrange for tents or an indoor backup location in case of rain. We need to ensure that we have technical support on standby that could help address any sound or equipment issues promptly. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Ms. Lok Yi, for these well thought out solutions to the challenges Ms. Joyce faced in the midst of organizing this event. To secure funds, promote attendance, and to prepare for unforeseen circumstances are really valuable insights to prepare for on the actual day of the fundraiser. Now, on our panel is a community leader, Mr. Brian. Mr. Brian, you have been actively involved in many community projects and driven them to success. Can you share with us some specific strategies and examples how we can ensure maximum participation from the community? And how do we garner their support in the midst of organizing this fundraiser?
Thank you, Yvonne, for the question. From my perspective, there are two key strategies to make it a successful fundraising event. I would like to talk on the first strategy first, which is how to engage and mobilize the community. First and foremost, building a planning community from a diverse planning committee that includes a representative from the school, local businesses, parents, and volunteers. This committee will be responsible for brainstorming ideas, organizing logistics, and ensuring that the event aligns with community values and interests. Once the community representative team is formed, conduct community outreach activities to raise awareness about the event and its purpose is very important. This could include distributing flyers, leveraging social media platforms, and utilizing local media outlets. In addition, organize pre-event activities such as community meetings or information sessions to inform and engage potential participants and donors. This also helps in building momentum and excitement leading up to the event. Finally, once having enough exposure on the events and marketing, the next step would be to partner with local businesses and organizations to secure sponsorships and or in-kind donations. Businesses may contribute financially or provide resources such as venue, space, food, promotional stationery, or even the book materials. It is also very important that we highlight the benefits of sponsorship, such as positive publicity and the opportunity to demonstrate corporate social responsibility or CSR. It is critical and important to ensure that sponsors are recognized and appreciated during and after the event. Now, I want to talk about the second important strategy, which is how to plan an inclusive and engaging event. The success of the fundraising event hinges on creating an inclusive and engaging atmosphere that appeals to a wide audience. Choose a format that encourages community participation, such as a fair, concert, or sports tournament. Incorporate activities that cater to different age groups and interests to ensure broad appeals. Besides, we can include interactive elements such as raffles, auctions, and even some games to keep attendees engaged and feel motivated to contribute. Another method which in line with inclusive and engaging event is having clear communication on the purpose of the event and the impact of the fundraise. We can use storytelling to highlight the personal stories of our children who will benefit from the initiative. This will create an emotional connection and motivates attendees to support the cause. Also, not to forget, providing regular updates on the progress of the fundraising effort and the anticipated outcomes is very important as well. This is because transparency builds trust and encourages continued support from the community.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Brian, for sharing these thorough strategies. You pointed out the importance of engaging and preparing the community through forming a strong and structured community group. Your plan was clear and focused on invaluable aspects, and one important area was forming a planning community, which was also highlighted by Ms. Lok Yi. Now, as the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, your suggestions are clearly of significant importance to us. We have talked about two important strategies, including engaging and mobilizing the wider community, and how to plan an inclusive and engaging fundraiser. However, one main concern of such an important project is sustainability. Mr. Chan, could you provide insights on how the State Department can support the school in ensuring the sustainability of free tuition programs for underprivileged students after the fundraising event?
Certainly, Yvonne, ensuring the sustainability of free tuition programs for underprivileged students requires a multifaceted approach. Firstly, we can assist in establishing partnership with local businesses and corporations. By creating long-term sponsorship agreements, we can secure ongoing funding and resources for the tuition programs. Businesses often have corporate social responsibility, which is also mentioned by Mr. Brian. They have budgets allocated for educational initiatives, and tapping into this can provide steady financial support. Secondly, we can help the school apply for educational grants offered by government bodies and non-profit organizations. Many grants are specifically designed to support initiatives that improve access to education for disadvantaged students. The State Department can provide guidance on identifying suitable grants, preparing applications, and ensuring compliance with grant requirements. Another important aspect is providing professional development opportunities for teachers who are willing to be involved in the free tuition programs. By offering training and resources, we can enhance the quality of education provided to underprivileged students. This investment in teacher development can lead to better educational outcomes, which in turn can attract further funding and support from donors and sponsors. We can also facilitate community engagement by organizing workshops and forums that raise awareness about the importance of supporting education for underprivileged students. By fostering a culture of giving and community involvement, we can encourage local residents and organizations to contribute to the sustainability of the tuition programs. Moreover, the State Department can assist in setting up a monitoring and evaluation framework to track the progress and impact of the free tuition programs. Regular assessment can help identify areas for improvement and demonstrate the effectiveness of the programs to stakeholders. This transparency and accountability can strengthen trust and encourage continued support from the community and sponsors. Lastly, we can advocate for policy changes that provide additional support and resources for schools offering free tuition to underprivileged students. By influencing educational policies at the state level, we can create a more supportive environment for these initiatives and ensure they receive the necessary funding and attention. By leveraging these strategies, we can significantly contribute to the sustainability of free tuition programs, ensuring that underprivileged students continue to receive the educational support they need to succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chan, for your valuable contributions, commitments, and your practical strategies in ensuring free education to our underprivileged students, ensuring that they are sustainable. Now, you have emphasized on establishing partnerships with local businesses and applying for educational grants, which are extremely helpful in sustaining this project. Now, other important points you have mentioned include providing professional development for teachers, fostering community engagement, establishing a monitoring framework, and pushing for policy changes which are all crucial components of a sustainable fundraiser. Thank you very much. And also, moving back to Mr. Brian, I would like to ask, from your perspective, how important is it to have a follow-up session with the sponsors and volunteers after the fundraising? Because you mentioned that it was an important aspect. Could you please provide some examples of effective follow-up practices?
Thanks, Yvonne, for the insightful question. After the event, it is very crucial to maintain momentum and demonstrate accountability to ensure effective follow-up and sustain community support. We can do it by having post-event engagement, such as sending a thank you notes and acknowledgements to all participants, sponsors, and even the volunteers. We can express gratitude for their contributions and highlight the event's success. Besides, we can also share some event highlights and outcomes through newsletters, social media posts, or some local media coverage. This keeps the community informed and engaged, and it reinforces the positive impact of their involvement. Last but not least, we should always plan and be prepared for future events as well. After the successful and busy event, we must gather feedback from attendees, sponsors, volunteers to identify areas for improvement, which are very important. We can use this feedback to enhance future events and ensure they continue to meet community needs and the expectations. That's all from me. Thank you.
Wow, now that was surely insights coming from an experienced community leader. You've put emphasis on the importance of engagements with businesses after the event. And now thank you to all our panelists for your commitments and insights to the valuable forum aimed for underprivileged students. Your perspectives are not only critical, but also practical, where steps to ensuring a successful fundraiser acts as a guide to ensure inclusivity, equity, and sustainability for all students, especially those of low-income families. Now, as we move forward, it is nonetheless clear that many main points were highlighted throughout the session. Like the first one is critical planning, followed by clear communication and budgeting to ensure accountability, the importance of the roles of teachers and volunteers, engaging and mobilizing the community for funds, equitable access to quality education, monitoring and conducting impact assessment, pushing for policy change, addressing challenges, and ensuring sustainability. So let's work hand in hand to create a more than meaningful impact on equal educational opportunities for all students within this community. Now, thank you all once again for your participation and contribution to this meaningful cause. Together, we will be able to make a difference. Have an amazing evening.